At first glance, the Taj Mahal looks effortlessly perfect. We recognize it as a divine symbol of romance, seemingly carved entirely out of pristine white marble. But the physical reality of the site presents a harsh contradiction. The builders had to place a 25,000-ton structure directly onto the soft, shifting mud of the Yamuna River bank. They also faced extreme temporal constraints. While European cathedrals of the era required centuries of labor, this entire megastructure rose from the ground in a mere 18 years. Even the reputation for absolute flawless symmetry is a carefully maintained myth. Modern measurements prove the iconic central dome is actually lopsided. The Taj Mahal functions as a gritty, highly engineered industrial machine masquerading as a miracle. The brilliant Makrana marble on the surface is a millimeter-thin envelope. It hides a colossal framework made entirely of locally fired brick, a technique visible in the exposed ruins of the older Tomb of Rahim. To maintain their 18-year construction speed, workers operated perpetual circular kilns directly on site. These ovens fired 40,000 bricks every single day, eliminating the logistical nightmare of quarrying and shipping solid stone from distant provinces. This cross-section reveals the architectural deception of the central dome. It is actually two separate domes stacked together. The exterior onion dome towers 73 meters high, while the interior ceiling sits far below at just 35 meters. This hollow center allowed engineers to build a massive exterior profile without crushing the lower walls under the weight of solid rock. Grand scale and rapid construction were achieved by hiding a massive, cheap brick skeleton behind a thin veil of luxury. While a brick skeleton solved the speed problem, it did nothing for the terrain. The silty, loose mud banks of the Yamuna River should have immediately swallowed a structure weighing 25,000 tons. This 3D subsurface view shows the military-inspired engineering keeping the monument afloat. Builders dug hundreds of deep masonry well shafts through the mud to reach hard bedrock, tightly packing them with timber and rubble. These underground cylinders connect via a network of arches. They act like an enormous upside-down bed of nails, distributing the immense weight evenly across the soft ground. There was one final technical hurdle. Traditional 17th-century lime mortar was not waterproof enough to protect these well shafts from the river's relentless erosion. When scientists recently placed mortar samples under an electron microscope, they discovered a sophisticated organic composite. Mughal engineers had mixed local minerals with sugar, chickpeas, local fruit, and tree resin to create a highly impermeable, waterproof bond. Without this fusion of heavy civil engineering and organic chemistry, the Taj Mahal would have collapsed into the river centuries ago. Above ground, the architects utilized structural illusions for safety. The four outer minarets lean slightly outward, ensuring that during an earthquake, they fall away from the main tomb rather than crushing the central dome. The central dome carries its own hidden geometry, a 62-centimeter asymmetrical bulge. This byproduct of complex three-dimensional construction manages to trick the human eye, maintaining an illusion of absolute geometric perfection from the ground. This satellite map highlights the entire complex along a strict north-south axis. While legends claimed the emperor planned an identical black Taj Mahal on the opposite bank, modern data debunks this. The footprint directly across the river is actually Mektab Bagh. It is a mirrored viewing pavilion designed specifically for the emperor to admire the monument's calculated reflection in the water. The masterpiece is a 475,000 square meter urban illusion designed to manipulate geography and control human perspective. Maintaining this grand aesthetic required specialized materials. The brilliant dolomite marble used for the exterior was extracted from the deep trenches of the Makrana mines and dragged hundreds of miles to the site. Today, airborne pollution threatens this image by turning the stone yellow. To avoid damaging the rock with chemicals, engineers apply multani mitti, an ancient volcanic face mask, to physically absorb toxins from the marble. The hollow brick interior, the leaning minarets, the organic mud foundations, and the lopsided dome reveal a monument full of physical anomalies. The Mughal Empire achieved its greatest triumph by engineering a structure so resilient it could pass off a gritty industrial feat as an effortless piece of heaven on earth.